All right, bow ties. So, look, I just want to say, I, I believe Tyler Perry must be some sort of op. I think he's a community op. And if you don't know what an op is, if you happen to not look like me, an op is basically, it's just like slang for like the opposition. Okay, like someone who's not with us. And I just think he's some sort of op. I look. He is doing too much. So I consider you to be some sort of op if you put out harmful rhetoric, if you're promoting harmful images, if you are anti, black women, if you're anti-black, if you have questionable morals, right? So like I think about people like Oprah, Tyler, Candace Owens, um, Clarence Justice Clarence Thomas, probably most of the people in the manosphere, or at least the black manosphere. Harmful rhetoric, if you're putting out I think I'm back in business. All right. Okay. Sorry about that. So yeah, I think that Tyler Perry is he's harmful to the community. And so I know people are going to say, "Oh, you're just saying that because of what he said about supporting a guy who can basically pay the light bill." But no, he's been harmful. He's nothing more than a caricature. I stand by what I'm saying. And if you want to know what I mean, so you look up what is a caricature. It's someone who has like a gross interpretation of something. Like, what did I write down? It's an exaggerated imitation of something, very exaggerated. And so what happens is it can become harmful because it's grotesque in nature. There's a reason why, like, I think about back in the day, we all hee hawed at Martin Lawrence, right? When he was Shanae. I did. I know I did. And then when I look back, I'm like, man, this was harmful, right? And so when you know better, you do better. And I know Tyler Perry knows better. Uh, Hello, how are you? I love your videos. Thank you. Sorry, I'm driving, so I don't know how to handle comments, but I appreciate that. So what I was saying was, if you look back in the day, we had people like Martin Lawrence. He would impersonate Shanae. You had Jamie Foxx. He would impersonate, was it Wanda? You've got Eddie Murphy, who impersonated what's that movie he did with the clumps or whatever, like the Nutty Professor. Martin Lawrence also impersonated a really big woman in Big Mama's house. The list goes on. So when I look at Tyler Perry, I feel like he's an op. He is harmful. He is harmful to me because he's done all these Medea things. He's walking around with floppy breasts, a really bad wig, looking like a full-on man. And so what he has done was he became this caricature of what he is trying to put out there. This is what black womanhood looks like. This is what black big mama looks like, or what grandmoms look like. This is what black wisdom looks like. And instead of using a woman to portray a woman, he chose to portray a woman. And I don't understand why men go out of their way to don wigs and breasts and clothing. There was something recently I saw where Kevin Hart did it. He went on Saturday Night Live. And not only do they go on, and it's like they go out of their way to look the most masculine looking, bad looking women. And they try to say this is black womanhood, to speak for black womanhood. Okay? So anyway, I feel like Tyler Perry is an op. He's constantly cosplaying and let them decide what is considered black femininity, what is considered black womanhood, what is considered black wisdom, what is considered black matriarchy. This dude is harmful. And so then not only is he cosplaying a black woman and he's picking, like, let me just say, there are grandmoms out right now don't look like what he's like putting in Medea. Maybe great grandmothers. And they don't even act like that. Like, I don't know a single person in my family who has acted like Medea. Now we've got some day-days and knickknacks, but none of the matriarchal images in my family ever act, not that I know of. Well, no, I take that back. I have an aunt who's about that life, but we've never done that. And so I look at Tyler Perry and I'm like, this dude is a straight up op because he's a caricature. And now he's cosplaying black womanhood as if like he can do it better. And then what he's doing is now he's advocating a poverty mindset. Now look, I've put out a million videos um, where I speak against that. Like, I just don't believe that. And look, I'm telling you right now, call me a gold digger or whatever you want. I did a video on a $50 gold digger. Let me tell you something. If women, if you are about something and you have done something for yourself, I'm not saying you're one of those, I don't need a man. That's not what I'm saying. And if you choose to misinterpret, then that's on you. I want you to listen to me again. This isn't a I don't need a man. No, 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 no. What I am saying is we have to start requiring more for ourselves. See, Tyler Perry is an op. There's no reason for him to cosplay play a black woman, a caricature of a black woman, and then get out there and advocating for a poverty mindset. The thing that kills me the most is they would rather tell people like him would rather tell black women, hey, you should just, it's all about love. What's love got to do with it? No, tell these men, do better, achieve more. Do it for yourself. Do it for the community. Do it for your family. Do it for your future significant other. I don't understand why within the black community we advocate anti-intellectualism. I don't understand this at all. I don't understand why we won't tell people, educate yourself, learn a trade, whatever. We would rather tell people, but look, he could pay the light bill, but he takes care of everything else. And you're like, well, let me tell you, I'm going to make this clear. I'm not on market, but if somebody can take care of only the light bill in my house, no, you can't take care of all my other needs. I don't feel secure because part of my security is financial security. Women want all forms of security: financial security, physical security, sexual security, emotional security, physical security, spiritual security. And if I have to do all those things, I'm like, what do I need you for? And no one is saying that the black women want millionaires, and there's nothing wrong with wanting a millionaire. Who would turn down a millionaire? Now that comes with a whole other set of problems. But what I am saying is Tyler Perry is out of pocket. Like I said, he is a caricature. He's an op. He is putting out there harmful images of black womanhood. I'm like, you don't represent black womanhood, so stop doing it. And you choose the worst thing to promote. You promote misuse of language. We're highly educated women now, so we're not walking around saying hello. Like, who does walking around that I know with floppy breasts, a bad leg, and going out of their way? Like women, we want to be pretty. And I'm like, he didn't even try to at least do what the drag guys do, or the drag queens, or whatever it is, and make himself look feminine. But he is an op. And when I say somebody's an op, they're promoting harmful images. They are anti-black, anti-women, harmful rhetoric. I think rap culture is in itself an op in the black community. Someone with questionable morals. That's why I say people like Oprah, op. Tyler Perry, op. Candace Owens, op. Judge Clarence Thomas, ops, and most of the men in the manosphere. See, I'm not talking about the men in the manosphere saying, hey, well, I don't follow the manosphere, right? But like, I'm not talking about those who are like, okay, this is how we want to become more financially secure, and this is how we want to improve our health, and this is how we want to lend a level of security within our communities and our families. I'm not talking about those men. But what happens is it's the men with the loudest voices are the ones who speak all the other stuff. What I will say is somebody just tried to leave me, put a message up there and I couldn't see it, it went away. Tyler Perry is an op. Now, getting back to what I was saying, he is advocating for a poverty mindset. Absolutely not. Not only should you not be speaking to what women are doing, what you need to be doing is telling men what they should do. Like, hey, brothers, I know many of you want to be film producers or whatever. This is how you do it. Let me show you the ropes. Let me show you how you can start off with a tiny studio. Let me show you how you can use that to jump up into maybe, nonprofit charity work or whatever. Let me show you how you can put this in the middle of the neighborhood that you live in. Let me show you how you can become a graphics. I don't know. I'm just talking off the top of my head, right? He should be teaching these young men, like, let me show you how to produce movies, right? You want to have more people doing this because it creates innovation, it creates new ideas. There's so many creative people out there. Instead, you would rather sit on somebody's couch or whatever and tell black women that they should want the guy who can only pay for the light bill. Let me tell you something. I'm so glad I'm not single, because, and you can call me a pick me, but I'm telling you right now, I was never about that life. I don't give people, I didn't even want to talk to people. I'm like, look, this is the standard I set for myself. What I'm not going to do is lower my standards because you can't meet mine. Things a certain kind of way. I don't want to have to live in the hood. I'm not saying every black man is living in the hood. Absolutely not. Let me tell you something else. I feel like he's sabotaging talent by not promoting other types of images, meaning, like, it's like he's like looking for the same type of talent. All the black women play all the same roles, and same thing with the black man. And then I remember one time there was a quote somewhere, he said something like, this is what people are buying, this is what they want. This goes back to, I'm gonna like parlay this over to rap culture for a second. People will continue to buy this bad rap music until you make something else. So a lot of times I will hear black men say things like, oh, it's not our fault, it's what they're promoting. I'm like, it is your fault because you're making it. They can't promote something that's not being made. Let's be clear. Stop putting the blame on somebody else. And for those of you who think I'm bashing black men, think what you want. Now, just last week, I set it off on Oprah. I've set it off on Beyonce multiple times. I've talked about Chloe Bailey and whoever else. But right now, I'm focusing on Tyler Perry. He's an op, and any of the like blacked out weirdos who want to get in my comments and be all in your feelings. I'm like, look, if you're a dum dum, then go talk to dum dum girls. That's just where I'm at with it. Or educate yourself. In previous videos, I've always said, you need to educate yourself. And I'm going to tell you the reason why, dum dums. Listen, when you look at other cultures, they promote certain things like, you're going to be an engineer, you're going to be a doctor, you're going to be these things. The significance of that, dum dum, is you want to have more black doctors. You want to have more black researchers. You want to have more black lawyers. First of all, we're disproportionately represented in the prison system. Well, we need more lawyers who look like us, who can help us navigate that landscape. We need more researchers who are researching on things that ail us the most. High blood pressure, I don't know, sickle cell, well, there's been advances in that, etc. People don't even understand that oftentimes when these medications come out, they're basing it off a cross section of society. Allegedly, I'm going to say allegedly because I don't have all the facts. But when I've talked with people who've done the research, right, and what they're saying is, we don't get enough black people to participate in trials, or enough people who are researching things that affect black people. So when they put these medications out there, they're doing their best to figure out how. I think this works sort of blackety blacks, right? But they don't participate. We don't have enough people who care enough about the black issues. We need more black doctors to represent us in these medical facilities. This is why you need to be educated, dum-dums. You need to be educated because you need more black engineers. Because the engineer that's living in Africa and the engineer that lives in America, or even in austere environments, they're going to have problems, and they're going to approach their they're going to come up with an approach to solving that problem somewhat differently, but they're going to arrive at a solution. And that's how you take that. That's a very synergistic effect. You don't know how that could affect people worldwide. But you got people who are not promoting there and possibly think you can solve problems if you don't understand systems. And this is what I always tell people: you need to be educated on systems. You've got economic systems, you have engineering systems, you've got social systems, you've got medical systems and methodologies on how to solve problems. There's a reason why, if you go over to Asia, they have multiple ways of how they treat people, which is different than Western medicine. You need to educate yourself. Now, I'm going to get back to Tyler Perry. Instead of taking the time to talk to the young men, to say, hey, look, this is what you need to do. Educate yourself. My expertise is on being a movie producer. This is how you get started. Instead, he would rather take his silly, weirdo self and sit on the couch and tell black women that we should be willing to accept a good man who can pay the light bill. No. And he could probably be good in every other area of your life. He can't be good in every other area in my life. Absolutely not. So anyway, I feel like he's actually sabotaging talent. I think he's cherry picking the same type of person to play the same type of roles. He writes the same roles. So when you look at what the talent that he's using in his movies, I don't see anybody growing from these roles. Everything is one big struggle. You know what we need? I remember back in the 90s, before Friends stole the same concept, we had like Living Single, right? And we saw people just living their lives. Various career things. You had Overton was a plumber, and Khadijah owned a magazine, and you had Kyle was a lawyer with what's the woman? I can't remember her name. You know, Erica Alexander's character. We never show actors in something other than some sort of struggle situation, bad relationships all the time. So the actors that he's putting in these roles, these actors and actresses are not growing, and that I never see them cross over into any other work ever. They're going to be stuck on bad BET shows. I look at the BET shows as the same thing as like when you look at the Hallmark Channel. You're going to get the same type of actor and actress. I actually like the Hallmark Channel. And I do watch some of those Christmas movies, like when it gets closer. Like I watch all of them. It's basically the same plot, but I like it. It's romantic and it feels good, and the sets are always pretty and fake, and it's basically the same set. But I digress. Anyway, the point I'm making is I think he sabotages the talent because he doesn't want to bring in any other type of writer or ideas. There's no innovation there, and I think he probably suppresses a lot of black talent so that he has a monopoly on it. There's no other people like, well, at least with what's the girl, Issa Rae. She wrote, what was that show? I wasn't really into it. I saw most of the seasons. The one was Insecure. But even that still had a lot of struggle loving it. But at least they were halfway educated and they were trying to do nonprofit work, like something else. The point I'm making is Tyler Perry's an op. I just think he needs to take his time and focus on these men. There's so many men get on somebody's couch and go get themselves five and below mic, and then they want to get on here and have these whacked out weirdo podcasts talking about what women should do. I'm like, you need to focus on yourself. Women need to check women. Men need to check men. You're so busy focusing on women. It's so weird and creepy. And I'm telling you right now, I really believe that Tyler Perry wants to be a woman because he seems to be really comfortable dressing up as a woman. He's all up in women's business. He's giving advice to women. I'm like, don't tell women what they need to be doing. Let me tell you what women who want to get married, let me tell you, women who want to get married, you need to go find married women. Now, I know a lot of you are angry. You think that all women who are married are unhappy. I know there's some study that came out. Find somebody who's happy, okay? So, look, I think when you go looking for something, you'll go find it. But if you want to engage in confirmation bias, you can find anybody who's in a bad marriage too. But what you don't need to do is go to whacked out weirdo Tyler Perry. He is a freaking op, just like whacked out weirdo Oprah and her bootleg Maui fund. Don't even get me started on that. I'm just I just feel like we got a lot of ops. I think rap culture is an op by itself in our community. And a lot of people keep saying it's not the music. I'm like, shut up. Shut up. Yes, it is. It is. You can't tell me that music does not invoke something. And I'll go back, if you go back to my previous videos, let me tell you something. For those of you who believe in Jesus and you go to church, there's a reason why you'll have praise and music that'll get you feeling all good. Now, and there's certain songs that's going to make you, and there's certain songs that's going to be like, hallelujah, right? There's certain songs you put on when you want to go work out, right? Okay? There's certain songs that makes you feel, it invokes an emotion. Okay, there's certain people like, I mean, certain songs, if you're listening to choirs and they have a very angelic, I love choir music, by the way, very angelic, ethereal sound, you start feeling like you're floating. There's songs that make you feel sad at funerals. There's songs that make you feel like you're in love, and I don't know, something that goes into your mind and you feel some kind of way, you feel your hair tingling. I don't know. You can't tell me music doesn't invoke or emote, like help you to emote something. I don't believe it. I mean, I believe it does. And so when people keep saying it's not the music, I'm like, well, you know what? We've got people saying, do this, do that, F the police, blah, blah. Remember back in the day? Our music has gotten more and more sexual, so to the point now that we get out on stages and we're slithering around, we wear no clothes, and I'm calling out Beyonce, yes, her too. She's always in a leotard, and everybody's gonna say I'm a hater. I'm like, what? Why am I hating on Beyonce? Besides the fact that she's beautiful. But look, let me tell you something. I think that chick, you can't tell me that she's happy. I've never seen anybody who has to seek out public adoration that much where she stays on stage, and now she's got her daughter out there. I'm like, let that girl grow up and just grow up without being on that stage. Look, Beyonce, she's not even happy. You can't convince me she's happy. Everything in her lyrics is full of dumb stuff. Everything is about her body or her money. It's very sexual. She doesn't even know who she is. She thinks she does, but she doesn't. She is a 40-something-year-old woman still having to get out there and sing about shenanigans. And people are going to big that up. Give me a break. You are 40-something years old. You can still look amazing. Look, Shantae Moore got on stage a few months ago and she was singing and she looked bad. She was beautiful. I was like, yes, Shantae. And sang her heart out. And she didn't have to pop and lock like Beyonce. A lot of you guys are sitting there lauding and applauding her. There's something to be said for a woman who feels like she still has to do that over and over and over again. She's not even happy, but I'm getting off topic. Anyway, Tyler Perry is an op. There's a lot of ops in our community, and Tyler Perry is one of them. I said what I said. Y'all can be mad. Just be mad. I want to make this clear. I don't care how many times you want to get into my comments. It is what it is. He is a whacked out weirdo. He he sabotaged Monique. Now I'm not saying Monique is a saint. He sabotaged Monique. He allegedly with Oprah and Lee Daniels and all of that. This is some whacked out weird. I don't even really care for Holly Weird. Holly Weird. There are some sick people. I think that they are involved in all kinds of weird things, and I'm just calling it the way I see it. The fact of the matter is, though, I know this. Hey, stay in your lane, cat. Yo, homie was just like, I'm trying to get over. I'm like, no, you were not. So anyway, that's pretty much it. I need to just get off of here because homie was like, and look, now he's holding people up. Shit. Anyway, I'm getting ready to get off shortly and make my way to my home. And that's pretty much it. Let me know what your thoughts are. And I'm sorry that I don't know how to look at like comments when I am going through my phone. And I may come back on live later anyway because my daughter has a 2-hour basketball practice and I'll be sitting in a car. Anyway, let me know your thoughts. Or let me know if there's something that you guys want me to talk about and address. Sometimes I pay attention, sometimes I don't. Oh, you're welcome, Timothy Lamora. You are more than welcome. But you know, I'm on an island over here by myself. I pretty much just talk to the camera. This is my little hobby. But all right, I gotta go. I'll be home in less than 10 minutes. So have a good one.